Dear healthcare professionals and students, welcome to Healthcare Engineering. I am Asheni Silva, a biomedical engineer from Healthcare Engineering team. We are here to provide you with amazing presentations to learn and improve your skills. We share our knowledge and experiences what we gain from the industry. I strongly believe that all kind of healthcare professionals and students can learn a lot from our YouTube channel and the blog by knowing the trends in modern healthcare world. Therefore, I would like to welcome you all to subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get an instant update of a new informative video. Also, you can visit our blog www.learnbiomedengine.blogspot.com to learn more about the concepts we share in our videos. We can support in your healthcare business. We can help you out in advertising your healthcare products. We can promote your healthcare events. We can provide technical reviews for your medical devices as well as many more online supports we provide to boost a pure healthcare business. If you are interested to get support from us, please contact our admin to the given mail ID. Also, you can follow us in these social media groups which shown in the screen. The links will be given in the description below. In today's video, we are going to learn about syringe pump. Now, let's see what is a syringe pump. Syringe pump is a small infusion pump which commonly used in hospitals. It's an electromedical equipment that utilized in situations like high accuracy and low flow rates are necessary. If we compare syringe pump with infusion pump, syringe pump have less capacity and narrow flow rate. And also, syringe pump have little high drug concentration than the infusion pump. The restriction on the liquids can lowly administered than the infusion pump. Pressure or temperature control is available in syringe pump, which occasionally available in infusion pump. Now, let's move to the design and featuring part of the device. It has a motor which drives the plate by pushing the plugger which ejects the fluid from the syringe. We can use two syringes to achieve continual flows where one pulls liquid and the other pushes the liquid. Pump with an adjustable syringe holder are more versatile in their applications. In some modern syringe pump can have both infusion and withdrawal features and multiple syringes. These devices can operate at very small volumetric flow rates while offering pulses flow with high accuracy in delivery. In the syringe pump, pressure can control by handling liquid with high viscosity. Now, let's see what are the working principles of syringe pump. It contains of a straightforward course of linear motion that controls the speed at which piston is driven. By depending on the strength of the syringe, person who use this can adjust the working range by changing the diameter of syringe pump. A minor syringe diameter allows better control of low rates yet at smaller unnecessary volumes. This device can determine the flow rate effectively. Depending on the negligible motion, the stability of the syringe pump will determine. The elasticity of the fluidic framework must be avoided and the fluidic resistance of the chip should be reduced for obtain the best responsiveness. When we consider the safety handling techniques, first we need to place the syringe pump where it is easy to access and then check the device and the accessories before use. The limitation of the alarms are not depending on the voice alarm system but also the real clinical condition of the patient. To inject the syringe pump to patient, we need to check the left volume of the syringe regularly. The pressure check function may not working under the situations like hyperbaric oxygen therapy. We need to care about the syringe pump from drop, collision or damage intensive protection of blood vessels before the injection. Now let's see what are the components and their functions. First component is indicator lights. There are 4 main types of indicator lights available here. One is battery capacity indicator light. It gives signal that the machine charged. Next is AC power indicator light. Its function is to give a signal that pump is connected to the AC power. Alarm indicator light, functioning by flashing when alarm is set. Working indicator light. It gives a signal for the user while the pump operation. Next component is keys. Mainly there are 5 keys available. First one is set key. We use this key to enter or quiet the mode parameter setting interface. Second one is start key. Function is to start the injection. Third one is stop key. Its function is to stop the injection and clear the alarm. Fourth one is clear key. We use this to clear the accumulated volume. Fifth one is bolus key. We use this to lock or unlock the parameters and control the flow rates. Another component is knob. It's used to adjust the parameters and movement of the cursor. Next component is clutch button. We use this clutch button to move the piston freely. Next component is piston. Its function is push the piston of the syringe. Next one is compression strut. It used to fix the syringe. Last component is cursor. Its function is to give a sign that the pump is running or not. In our next slide, let's see the back side of the syringe pump. In here, it contains with outlet of AC power supply, clamp not used with clamp, clamp fixing syringe pump on the stand, product label, patch board fixing the syringe pump and the battery cover. Now, let's see what are the basic operation steps. First step is fixing the syringe pump. First, we need to fix the syringe pump on the stable infusion stand. Second step is connecting the power. In here, we need to connect into the power supply. Third step is press power key to turn on the machine. When we connected AC power supply correctly, the power indicator lights will be on. Fourth step is install the syringe pump. After the installation of the machine, remove the air bubbles in the syringe and check the other components. Next one is select the injection mode or set the injection rate. First, we should make sure the syringe pump in stop status and there is no air bubble in the syringe pump. We can select corresponding injection mode and other relevant parameters by mode parameter setting. Then select the injection rate to set the rate. Next step is eliminate the accumulate volume. We can press clear to get 0 accumulate volume and then it begin a new calculation. Step 7 is start the injection. By pressing start key, we can start the injection. Step 8, injection completion. The near indicator light will be on when the syringe is about to empty. If it become empty, injection will stop. Once the alarm indicator light on, it display over on the screen. Next step is power off. To switch off the power, Press power button for few seconds. Bolus function. This function is used for accelerating the injection. We can get maximum pump rate by using this function. Now, let's see what are the possible problems and its troubleshootings. The syringe pump is not properly installed. When the syringe pump does not work, the operation indicator light is not on. Then we need to reinstall the syringe. Next one is the parameter of the syringe pump can't be set during the operation. In this situation, the injection rate does not change. To fix that issue, press stop key and then press select key to set the parameters. Next point is battery used up. In this issue, device cannot be turned on. For that, connect the syringe pump to AC power supply to charge the battery. Next point is the occasion sensitivity of the syringe pump is too high. The occasion light is on and the syringe pump stopped. To fix this issue, we need to refer the instruction manual. Next point is the syringe pump cannot identify the specification. During this situation, the indicator light of the corresponding syringe is not on. To fix this, we need to refer the user manual of the machine. Now, let's see what are the preventive maintenance we have to consider. First one is clear and disinfection. The machine need to clean frequently, especially the areas which can seriously polluted. Pump need to turn off from AC power supply before cleaning. Cover the syringe pump with warm cloth. After cleaning, let the pump dry. Do not use xylene, acetone or any other analogues for cleaning. Second one is regular maintenance. For the check, the injection flow rate, we use a measuring cup and stopwatch every 6 months. In the first day, we need to optimize the battery. Check the battery performance frequently. Connect the battery over 8 to 14 hours to the AC power supply for recharging. And keep work until it turns off. If there is an obvious issue of the battery, charge it and recycle correctly. Third one is routine maintenance. Truly clean the syringe shell before or after long period of storage. Check the AC power plug and cord. Run the syringe pump with battery until the alarm of low power rings. And then charge the battery. Please make sure the operation and charge is normal. Fourth one is pollution-free treatment and recycling. The unit must be fully calibrated by service engineers approved by the manufacturer. They need to follow the calibration procedure which mentioned in the product instruction manual. That's all about the syringe pump. If you want to learn more about this topic, kindly visit our blog www.learnbiomedengine.blogspot.com. And to get support to your healthcare business, please contact us in the given mail ID. Please subscribe our YouTube channel to receive update of a new informative video. Also, please do comment your favorite topic or medical devices you are willing to learn. Also, you can follow us in these social media groups which shown in the screen. The links will be given in the description below. Thank you for watching.